Hey guys, it's Macky here. Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Today I'm going to be talking you all through this Newcastle takeover. It's done now, it's finished, it's set in stone, and it's mad. It's just insane. Before I begin, I just wanted to ask you all, what's your perspective on this? You know, what do you think about what's just happened? Because I know there's a lot of controversy about the takeover, and you know, obviously the Newcastle fans, the majority of them are really, really happy, but you know, there's been a few complaints about it, which I will go into detail later on in the video. A lot of people are nervous because of the competition that's going to come within the next few years. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think and like this video and subscribe. Thank you guys. So it's done. Newcastle United officially have new owners. Mike Ashley, after 14 long years, has finally gone. You know, he's not the owner anymore. And I'm not going to lie, but most Newcastle fans are going to take this as a major win. I mean, they are taking it as a major win because they've wanted this man out of their club for years. It seems like forever now, because he hasn't invested into the club. He hasn't really given them shit. He hasn't really done anything for them. And when you've got an owner who, you know, it's not like he's a poor man or that he doesn't have the capability to invest in his club. His net worth is around £3 billion. He's literally a billionaire, and he hasn't really done anything for Newcastle. So it's expected that the fans all wanted him out, and it's been, you know, rumours about it for quite a while now, and it's finally officially happened, and they're celebrating outside of St James's Park. They're buzzing, and they're gassed, because when you've got an owner who, I mean, how long has St James's Park been around? Since like the 19th century, and he's renamed it to the Sports Direct Arena back in 2011 to sort of support his sponsorship. And you know, there are photos that have come out of the training ground with players in paddling pools and bins and all the lot and stuff like that. And when your owner's a billionaire, and this is the stuff that's sort of coming around from the team and the club, it's just, you're just shocked. You're like, you just want to ask, like, why is he not putting anything into the club? I mean, they need new training ground, academy, stadium. They need work on all of that. And Mike Ashley, he's failed. He's failed as an owner of a football club. He's just been a shit one at the end of the day. And Newcastle fans are really excited. So the new owners, it's sort of split between three parties. 80% of it is the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, with the other 20% being split between the Reuben brothers and Amanda Staveley. Amanda Staveley, she's a British businesswoman, and she's sort of been the face of all of this, and it's said that she's going to be the face of the new face of Newcastle, basically, at the end of the day. So yeah, they've got new owners, and they've got a lot to look forward to. The man behind this Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, his name's Mohammed bin Salman. Correct me if I said his name wrong, by the way, guys. But so he's the Prince of Saudi Arabia, and I'm pretty sure he runs the country anyway because his father can't. He owns this investment fund, and this investment fund has a net worth of around £320 billion, which is crazy. It's just crazy money. The problem that has sort of come from this Saudi Arabian takeover of Newcastle is a human rights issue, and it's basically that Saudi Arabia as a kingdom, they still use the death penalty. They still use torture as a form of punishment. They don't allow protests, free speech, don't have any of that. They're very sexist, homophobic. And that's why, you know, that's very backwards, and lots of countries see that as very backwards, especially a country like England in the Premier League. They cannot have the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia involved in their league, in their clubs at all. They can't have that. The way that they sort of got around that is that Amanda Staveley is going to be the face of Newcastle, and she's going to be the one making all the decisions and stuff like that. She owns 10% of it, just to remind you guys. And so the Reuben brothers will own the other 10%, but she'll be the main face of it, doing all the decision making. If it's said that, they said that if Newcastle if the Saudi Arabian kingdom is sort of involved in Newcastle decision making, then Newcastle will be disqualified, something like that. I'm not too sure about the details, but it's a very, very big issue, and that's why it was delayed. That's why there were all those problems all that time ago, because of this whole human rights thing in the Premier League. And it's just it was very difficult to get around, but they've managed to do that now, and you know, hopefully there's no issues there. I just wanted to sort of mention them in this sort of talk through the whole thing that's just happened. Let me know what you guys think of that, by the way, because, you know, obviously people have different opinions on things. But yeah, push that aside. Newcastle now have about £230 billion at their disposal, basically. I mean, we're gonna see huge changes. We're gonna see projects. I mean, training ground projects, academy projects, stadium projects. We're going to see so much happening with Newcastle. Obviously, this all can't happen suddenly. We've got the financial fair play rules in place, which doesn't allow this to happen really quickly. But I think we can expect to see money being spent in the January transfer window. I mean, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do in January. I'm curious to see what they're going to do over the summer as well. I'm sure all of you just can't wait to see what's going to happen here. Obviously, it's very worrying on one side, but on the other side, it's exciting to have this, to see what's going to happen. Especially this year has just been so crazy in the football world in general. To have this now, I mean, that's why we watch football, to have loads of competition. And with Newcastle, suddenly in a few years, maybe we're becoming title challengers, playing in Europe, all that kind of thing. I mean, it's going to be exciting. As long as we beat them in all our games, guys. But yeah, we'll see what is to come with Newcastle. I think the first thing that we can expect by this takeover is a new manager being appointed to Newcastle, Steve Bruce being sacked. I mean, he's already been questioned by fans for a long time, and now I think everyone's certain that his time is over. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a new gaffer in the seat by the time international break is over and their first game against Spurs in the Premier League resumes. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I know Frank Lampard and Antonio Conte they've both been linked to this job for Newcastle. What's your opinions on that, guys? Because obviously they both managed Chelsea in the past. They've both been sacked by Abramovich, and you know, I wonder what would happen if especially Frank Lampard, if he went to Newcastle. I wonder if he'd do well. It's curious. If I'm being honest, I don't see it happening. I think Conte is a more suitable role. I think they're more likely to go with him because Frank, he's been in the Premier League, and people are not people are saying, but I think there's a general consensus that he should go, you know, down a division to the Championship and maybe do there again. He did so well at Derby, like maybe do something like that first before coming to the Premier League. I think it's very intense, especially Newcastle, who have just been taken over by their new owners. They're gonna want intense stuff to be done, and if he couldn't do it at Chelsea, then, you know, is he going to be able to do it in Newcastle? I don't want to get too deep into it because Lampard holds a very heavy place in my heart, but we'll see what happens basically. And, you know, I'm curious to see what's going to happen now. It's just, I'm kind of sitting by my phone checking the news and seeing what's happening, because this is it's all just mad. I mean, Newcastle are 19th in the Premier League right now. They're 19th. I mean, it's just mad. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, I don't know what to take of this. I'm just going to sort of wait and see it out and see what happens, because this is such a huge thing, especially a club like Newcastle. They've been around for ages, and, you know, I'm happy for the Newcastle fans because they do deserve this, and I don't know why anyone would really be against this. I do see the point that football is becoming very money-centric, and it's concerning. Like, I think it's all since that Neymar move for the crazy amounts of money. It's sad, and I don't like it. I don't like that football's becoming so money centric, and that Newcastle are automatically going to do well now just because they've got loads of money. it's annoying because it's not how football really used to be, but if that's the way it's headed, we don't really have a choice, do we? I mean, what can we do? It's not like we have any sort of power there. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of talk over about the Newcastle takeover. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know sort of what you think on this whole situation. Craziness, I know. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Thank you.